Hey guys, I added another Detainer lock to my ever-growing collection of Tanzanian locks here in Dar es Salaam. This is a Yeti brand, and it says Italy, well, you can't quite, oh, let's open it up. Italy registered. By the way, this was 22,000 shillings, which is about $12 US. There we go, Italy registered. So I don't believe this is made in Italy. There's no marking anywhere that says, but I would suspect probably China. Does look like a pretty well-made lock. It's the Italy type. No clue. But Yeti is normally a registered trademark to a company in Poland. They manufacture Yeti locks. This is very heavy shackle, so I guess they violated a copyright there, or a patent. But it is a Detainer lock. And let's see, get these out of here. Nice looking keys. And it does work, which is a good sign. I always like to check that before we waste hours trying to pick something. Before we pick it, what we need to do, I don't know how many discs are in there. We'll count them in a second as we clean them up, but we need to rotate them all to the same position as far clockwise as we can get them. And to do that, I'm going to use this regular tension wrench. I'm just going to shove the handle in there and just kind of rotate everything as far clockwise as I can get it. And let's see what we got here. That looks pretty good. So that's what we're looking for. And then to pick it, we're going to use just, I think all of us who pick Detainer locks, this is the most common tool available on the internet. I think it's a Chinese company for around 20, 25 bucks, depending on where you live and how much shipping. So we're going to put this in there and make sure we have some ability to tension it, and we do. It feels like it's a little bit sloppy, but it does work. Still locked, by the way. And now what I'm going to do is move down the stack. I'm going to count the discs and make sure that they are indeed rotated as far clockwise as we can get them, because we want to start from 0. And it feels like 7 discs. So we may be here a while. All right, so let's start picking this thing. You apply a little bit of tension on the tensioner, and that will apply pressure between the disc pack and the sidebar, which is located probably right about here. And as we turn it, that sidebar is being pressured to go down into the disc pack, but it can't because none of the slots are lined up. But we're going to do that. We're going to line those slots up one at a time, but we have to know which one to pick first. And the way we determine that, we move down until we find the first disc, and then we turn him. And in this case, I have just a little bit of resistance, which tells me that because of poor manufacturing, low tolerances, he's probably a smaller disc. So we want to find the largest disc that's the hardest to turn. Because believe me, this is no Abloy, this is no Abus. And let's see if that's him. Disc 2, no, not him. Put him back to 0. Move to disc 3. Disc 3 has a lot of resistance, so he's being jammed up against that sidebar. So let's rotate disc 3. Wow, he really is pressed up there. Let me put this in the center so everybody can see it. Okay, let's get back on 3. Let's rotate 3 until the sidebar falls into the groove. So we're going to rotate him counterclockwise, and I didn't feel a clunk, so I'm going to move him back clockwise. Oh, it's really tight. Let me release my tension just a little bit to get him to cooperate with us. Okay, I felt him drop a little bit. When the sidebar falls into the groove, you'll feel the tensioner rotate a hair, almost like a false set. All right, I'm going to move to disc 4 and do the same thing. We're just moving from disc to disc. No resistance on 4. I'm going to put him back to 0, and I'll move to 5. 5's got a lot of resistance. Wow, a lot of resistance. Okay, I think we got 5 there. Move to 6, and last 7. 7's got some resistance, so let's try to set him real quick. Not quite ready. All right, I'm going to move back to the front of the stack. Maybe now 1 is binding. No, he's still very smooth, so he's not the binder yet. There's somebody else that needs to be picked first. So 2 is binding a little bit. Yeah, you probably heard that. A lot of resistance on him. There we go. Okay, let's check that last one again, see if he's ready yet. Okay, that felt like he dropped in there. Alright, let's go up the front and see if number 1 is ready yet. Wow, he's still moving free. So we're still not home, are we? We may have some trouble here because I felt 2 of the discs have multiple gates. So this may be one of the few Chinese locks that I have found that has actually some false gates in it. So that's a move in the right direction. Of course, it means it's going to take a little longer to pick because now we have to try the different combinations of those 2 gates. That a good fault set, so I believe we found the correct false gate on that one. And that last one is giving me a little bit of headache because he's gone into the gate and doesn't want to come out. Okay, I think we broke him loose. Alright, I believe he's in the correct gate. Let's go back and see if 1 now has tension. And he does. So let's get him set. And there we go, we got an open. So there's the Yeti. It is a 7-pin and it appears 2 of the discs have 2 gates, 1 false gate and 1 actual gate. So this is quite a bit more of a challenge than I thought, but I definitely got my $12 worth. Well, anyway, there you go from Tanzania. Everybody stay safe, stay legal, and by the way, this last weekend we went giraffe hunting and we used a new laser weapon. So enjoy the video and subscribe.